Hey guitar friends, Steve here with you again. Today I wanted to talk about some guitar safety tips. So for all those of you guitarists, whether you're at the beginning of learning how to play or you've been playing for a while, these are some good things to keep in mind all the way through. I've got friends and people that I've known who have played guitar for a long time who have broken their guitars by forgetting some of these things. So the first thing I want you to know about keeping your guitar safe is to avoid the elements. You've heard of the 4 essential elements: earth, wind, fire, and water. Whether you've played original Pokemon or maybe the last Airbender, or I don't know, stuff like that. You have the 4 elements. So earth, you want to keep your guitar clean. You don't want to set it down on the dirt or let it get dusty and dirty. That will just keep it in good shape. Wind, it's kind of a stretch, but keeping your guitar away from high temperatures or drying out. They actually have these things called little guitar humidifiers that you can put in the case with your guitar to keep it at a consistent temperature. A lot of times if you move from one state to another and it goes from a place that's really moist to a place that's really dry, your guitar will have a very hard time with that. So you don't want the wood in your guitar to peel and crack and do all the stuff that it can from drying out. Also fire. Obviously, you don't want your guitar to be exposed to open flames, but that doesn't mean you can't take it to a campfire. You can also protect your guitar by avoiding extreme temperatures. So what tends to happen is if you forget your guitar in the car after going on a trip and it gets really hot, that can warp the guitar. Temperature changes the size of objects actually. If you, one of the things that happens almost every winter is that my grill, because I love to barbecue hamburgers and hot dogs and vegetables and all that stuff, if you leave your grill out all winter and then try to fire it up, a lot of times the flames are really small and you're like, well, the propane tank is full. I don't understand what's going on. But when the metal is cold, the hole that the gas comes through is very small. And if you heat it up, it actually opens that hole up a little bit. So it sounds kind of crazy, but if you put the tip of the connector to the propane tank in some boiling water or heating it up actually with a lighter or something like that, you can heat that up and open that hole wider. So we don't want to do that with our guitars because if the wood expands from heating up, that can put the guitar out of tune and it can damage the guitar. Water also. Don't play your guitar in the rain. It seems really romantic, but just don't do it. And obviously don't play your guitar around bodies of water like pools and creeks and lakes and stuff, especially in the summer as we get going. As I have said many times before and say also again, there are only 3 places for your guitar that are safe: in your hands, in a stand, or in a case. Those are the only 3 places you should have your guitar in. And I've got a kind of a hook up on my wall that I use. That kind of counts as a guitar stand. But I broke one of my early guitars by setting it down on the grass. And then this spot right here between the body of the guitar and the neck of the guitar, or yeah, the neck, separated because I put pressure on the top of it when I set it down on the ground. That broke. I have a good friend who broke one of his guitars, kind of a nicer guitar, by tossing it onto his bed. It seems like a nice soft surface, but again, it puts pressure on that spot right here and then it can break it into 2 pieces. I have one of my old guitar students who set their guitar up next to against a couch, and they thought it was safe, but then it slid to the side and fell to the side in front of the couch, and then this part of the neck actually broke, the wood right here, because it impacted right here and put that pressure on the guitar. You don't want to set your guitar anywhere that it might fall. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking to yourself, if I set it on the ground, there's no way it could fall because it's already down on the ground. Seems like a good idea, but it's not. You know what else goes on the ground? Your feet. Your brother or your sister's feet, your parents' feet. And you know what guitars hate? Being stepped on. Imagine your guitar is just an oversized bug that you love and you want to take care of. So don't let it get stepped on. So 3 places where guitars belong: in your hands, in a stand, or in the case. Okay? So again, we want to keep our guitars safe so that they can continue to be played, and we want to keep them in tune so that they sound good. Remember that all-encompassing rule from guitar class that I love to say over and over again. Say it with me. You're allowed to do anything with your guitar as long as it sounds good. Now, if your guitar sounds bad, even if you're playing something good, it might not sound good. So keep your guitar in tune. Tune that guitar up. All right. Love you guys. Stay safe. Stay home.